Spirituality is the medium which frees our mind of all emotional shackles and temptations and guides us towards enlightenment and peace. Join us on Sankhya Television on the first and third Sunday of every month for Spiritual Journey with Himali G of the Himali Spiritual Center located in Richmond Hill, New York. Join us from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. exclusively on Sankhya TV.
Sitaram Namaste and welcome to our program Spiritual Journey with Himali G from the Himali G Spiritual Center in Richmond Hill, New York. Now this program is exploring, the different aspects that could be able to help us in day-to-day life, and she's now letting us know different avenues or different things that we can do to help ourselves. Now, Himali G, the Vedic astrology we talked about in our previous episode. We talked about the different planets. Another planet that a lot of people haven't talked about is the moon and the effects of the moon. Can you tell us?
First of all, thank you for having me in the program. And it is a very important planet. And just because it doesn't make a big, loud and a negative effect than the other ones, moon is just as important in our life. When the moon is strong, our willpower is strong. You have some people, no matter what happens, they get back. They stay depressed maybe for a day or two, and then they bounce back again, they fight, because the moon is strong. So the moon, to be strong, it has to be in Taurus. If it's in Cancer, it's sitting in its own house. So it's a very powerful planet, and it also affects our health and depression. A lot of people go through depression. The first thing we look is, where is the moon? And moon also gives us the spiritual Shakti also. It's a very, very powerful, important planet in our horoscope and in our solar system. Is if you have a moon, it depends where it's positioned. If you have another planet with it, then it's little difficult. You have to see if Ketu's with it or Rahu with it, and what does it give. It can give a negative effect. But the positiveness is that you're you would like nice things in life. It depends where it's sitting. That gives them the willpower. If the moon is sitting, for example, on the 4th house, and it's in the Mercury house, or moon sitting on his own house, will give this person an enormous knowledge. They'll become very well educated in life, and they will do really well in life. Financially, if moon is sitting on the 10th house, or if it's sitting in the 11th house, depends on combination obviously with others. It also gives them a very, very strong financial helping in life. They will always get financially good settlement in life. If moon is sitting in the 1st house, it gives the person calm. They speak gently, they speak very softly, they're very easygoing person. Other than another person who's controlled by, let's say, Mars or Rahu, they'll be a little different. Moon also takes you to spirituality, bhakti. It also gives you a calmer person. But if moon comes with Ketu, let's say, for example, it can give them a spiritual knowledge, but they need a guru. This is when it opens them to a whole new sensitivity of the world, that they will have dreams. It gives them dreams. But if your Ketu is stronger than your moon, then you might have little problem. That's where mostly people become depressed. You've seen people always, Shari, they either live all the way in the past, or they live all the way in the future, and they cannot enjoy the present. It is very difficult as a person. You see people do not enjoy the present, or they don't enjoy what they have. They always look for other people. Oh, she has more than I do, he has more. Or they look, oh, I was better 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Oh, this is horrible now. They don't know how to live in the present moment, which is so important. So moon is very important. It's 10 years of its Mahadesha in a person's solar system. For example, now I'm in the moon period. It will show so-and-so till so-and-so is the moon period, and it's the 10 years. of the moon. Now, if that 10 years in the moon period is in a good position, then 10 years you will go through this good position. In that you have sub-period, then more sub-period. I mean, that's more detail. So for moon, I have seen people will tell me, oh, Maliji, I feel for lately I haven't been feeling good for the last 3-4 years. Probably the moon is sitting in a bad position. Or I was so happy, everything was great, now I feel depressed. So maybe moon is in the wrong position. So what people should do to increase the moon?
Now, the moon and its effects. Now, you did mention that, you know, depression. Now, a lot of people would go through depression, not knowing what to do. What is the best advice you have for that person?
You have to first see where your moon is. And is that the cause that is giving you the depression, or is there is another reason that's causing you the depression? It does cause 90% of the time depression, I have seen. Those times we tell them to meditate, and we tell them to fast on Mondays. And also, full moon affects a lot of people in this period too. They get very agitated or depressed, or some people get angry, or they feel like unknown emptiness. We have those auspicious full moons at times we have. And people do tend to have sleeping problems because they have another combination of planets. And so what they should do is meditate and get a guru mantra. I mean, there's a lot of mantras on the internet you can get, but I again urge people, do not do those mantras. They can do more harm than good. Do beach mantras, but 90% of the mantras are kilic, means they are closed, they don't have the power. You have to go to a spiritual person or a guru to open that mantra, so that mantra can become effective in your life in a positive way.
So you always have to make sure that you get that guidance that you need first.
Is. And I have tell people, tell me, oh, I don't need a guru to find God. That's not true. You always need a guru, you always need a teacher, you need guidance to find in whatever destiny you want to go. If you want to be a teacher, you will also need to be teaching with a proper teacher, you'll be the assistant teacher. If you want to be a doctor, you'll always be residency. You want to be a lawyer, you'll become assistant, paralegal, and step by. So in every field in life, wherever you want to meet to the top, you will always need to have a guru, like a teacher, somebody ahead. So it is very important to go to a spiritual person or your guru to get a mantra, and you do that mantra. It is, people get mantras, Shari, but they don't do mantras, unfortunately.
There is the joke that if someone is giving a bad mood in the office, they say, you know, you're operating with the feeling of the moon, or
yes. They said,
so
oh, we said the full moon.
Yeah.
So when people act up, oh, we said the full moon.
Yeah.
Oh, you're all going to go crazy. Yes. If it's sitting in the wrong position, it does give a negative effect. But moon gives certain time of the month will give a more negative effect. But most of the time I have seen moon won't, give so much people negative effect. But as they get older, it does affect them with their health. That is very important. That's why we say, on your birthday, your mood is no good. You should, do puja in silver thalis, drink water in a silver cup, do meditation, do your gra puja, navgra puja, and also donate. We always tell people that you should learn to donate to poor and needier people.
What is the relationship with the gem therapy with the planet?
It is like gem therapy, if you mean by wearing the stone. It does. Yes. It really, really does help, because the better the quality it is, it's like you were having a magnet. The bigger, the stronger it grabs that energy from that planet into you. And I don't suggest as a ring. I always tell people to wear it as a locket, as a pendant. So find out how many carat. Some people need to wear a mala, means a pearl mala. If your moon is in Scorpio, then it's gone to a lower house. It will give you a lot of, sadness. They become secretive. They don't say much. They don't. Moon actually tells a lot about a person's character than anything. So they should wear pearl mala. Mm-hmm. They should fast on Mondays, and they should also pray, meditate. Is very important.
So pearl is more the recommended stone?
Yes, to make your mood stronger.
Okay.
To make your mood so strong so that you will be able to overcome whatever you're going in that period of time.
Now, even the suggestion of how to wear or what type of gem to wear should also be given
by a guru and a spiritual person. You shouldn't just buy. There's so many things on internet, and you have to make sure that stone is only been worn by you first time. So for example, you have a person who's been very sick and they had the pearl for wearing on them for years, and now they're fine. They feel like, okay, you know what, I don't need it, I'm going to sell it on eBay. You buy it, you're not only getting their negativity, you already have negativity. Remember, the stones are observing all your negative energies in them. I usually tell when the period of the stone is done, they either wear it for 5 years or 10 years. I tell them you can keep the gold or the silver it's made out of, the rest you put it in the ocean. Do not wear it a bag, do not give it, you could wear it, do not give it as a gift to anybody, or you know, donate to somebody, put it in the ocean.
Now the stone or the pearl has to be set in a particular metal?
Yes, it has to be definitely set in silver. Very rare I will ask them to put it in a gold, it's very, very rare, but 0.9% is set in silver.
Okay, so the pearl will help this individual that is being affected by the moon in their planets, depending on after a consultation with the spiritual group.
Yes, and then it will help them with their health, because when I usually will suggest them, you know, for health, there are different mantras, different pujas you do for health, and with the pearl, it will really help them too.
Okay. So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will continue our discussion with Himali ji.
Spirituality is the medium which frees our mind of all emotional shackles and temptations and guides us towards enlightenment and peace. Join us on Sankhya Television on the first and third Sunday of every month for Spiritual Journey with Himali Ji of the Himali Spiritual Center located in Richmond Hill, New York. Join us from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. exclusively on Sankhya TV.
Welcome back, and my name is Sherry Singh, and we are sitting with Himali ji from the Himali Ji Spiritual Center in New York. Before our break, we were talking about the pearl, the effects that it would have, you know, and the spiritual energy that it could help develop within an individual. Now, you have stones that are passed on from generation to generation. So in this scenario, a pearl is passed on from my mother or my grandmother. Can that be used or can that be worn by me?
It could be kept in the home. You have to see, did they have any kind of negativity? A lot of the time they were okay, they were fine. Then you probably there was no negativity in them. You usually say, we don't know what the pearl was used for. Was it used for an illness, or was it used as a decoration, as a jewelry passed down? If it's passed down, by all means you can use it, and if it wasn't used for any kind of health or illness. Remember, pearl is used for health, and not only for aches and pain, mostly depression we use pearl for. So was it used for that? If it was, then you want to see, if you wear it, you feel little no good. Some people straight away feels like, okay, you know what, this is no good. I feel heavy. I don't feel good wearing that. Keep it in your jewelry box. It wouldn't give you any harm by keeping it in the house. It doesn't give you any kind of negative effect as it's been passed down through generation. You keep it. Do not throw it away or give it away, but don't wear it.
How can that pearl be assessed? Should they take it? Who should they take it to?
Well, that pearl is probably the energy of it died and negative is there. So it needs to, if it was going to use for the next person for the health, we will tell them no, because everything has an expiration date. That's why I tell people to get the original. original gemstone, whichever it could be, like pearl or ruby or yellow sapphire, has to be real, not a lab created. You can get a lot of lab created right now. Now, getting your original, real, good quality pearl is expensive, and there are different type of pearls there.
Quality,
Grades, plus, there are ocean pearls. There are some pearls that found in an elephant head when they open. So there are black pearls, there are, cultural pearls, so nature water pearls. So it has to be original pearls. It cannot be lab created. And the difference between a lab created original is naturally, has life, like having a natural plant growing. And when you have a lab created is plastic. It has no energy, so it's not going to give you any benefit. So if you have an original pearl, it will suck and take all your negativity. Well, it gives you positiveness too. Then it dies. Then you need to recharge. Some people I have seen, they'll buy a pearl and it's good. It has energy for like 10 years. And some people have pearl and they bought and it will have life for like 2 years, 3 years. They will need to change it.
Now, if our viewers would like to purchase these items, can they reach out to you?
Oh yes, they can. They can definitely reach out, and I can tell them what is the best, what is
what to look for.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you did mention the gold and silver. What is the benefit of setting it in a silver versus a gold?
Gold is an element of heat. Like the Surya Bhagwan will say, it's always in the gold, it's a light. Pearl, it needs to be set in silver because it's a very softer element, and it only could be set in a silver, especially if you're doing for health. It could be set in a gold if you're just getting question jewelries or just wearing pearl. You can set it, but for particularly if you want to do it for your health reason, and that's depression, and that's also for like mood swing. When people get moody, they get depressed, they can't sleep, pearl is very good.
And in the setting itself, does it has to be like a skin contact, or does it?
Yes, it does. It does. Also, I have seen, when they have the moon is little, it's no good. It's in the Scorpio. People tend to have a lot of throat problem. They'll get sensitive in their throat. So it is so important to have a setting, like you said. The back of it will be open. So it will be, if the pearl is round or oval, it doesn't matter the shape of it. The silver will go round it, and it will have a pendant with it. And it should be open in the back and the front. So when you take it to your guru or your spiritual person, they'll energize it. Remember, everything needs power, Shakti, energize on it. It has its natural energy, but it needs to just energize it more. And then that person will wear it. They shouldn't share it with their other ones, because now it's for you to wear it.
But can it be recharged, or would
yes,
that be
some
based
can be and some cannot. So when you see that, okay, you know what, the stone is such a good quality, but they used up all the energies, it's not totally dead, it could be recharged, then there are certain time of the year that you can recharge it. Like I have a coral mala, and that is recharged through Navratris or Shivratri, when you're having puja and you're there in your Guru's center, or the spiritual places you go, and then there is holy waters, you do get a recharge. I go to Kamakhyaji, India a lot, Kamakhyaji, or Vaishnavataji, and there is places holy, and I do get it, take it off and let them wash it in that water, and I pray on it, let it touch in the diya, and then wear it back again. And these are the things that does energize it, and you should energize when you have particularly you wearing a Rudraksh mala, or if you're wearing any kind of gemstone or any kind of like a guide for your protection. You should recharge it at least twice a year, which is very good. Navratri, which comes once in earlier in the year, February, March, and the ones that comes in October. So 2 times a year, if you can recharge it, that will maintain the life of the stone longer than just continue wearing it and dyeing it off.
Now, the spiritual guru would advise the disciple how long it should be worn, or should it be?
Yes, it does. For like example, we have somebody have Shani Satsati, like the Saturn bad period retrograding. Those stones you as a turquoise, and we'll go into more detail, they're either worn for 7 years or 2.5 years. But certain stones, for example, you're in a bad moon period, or you will tell them to wear it for life. And some stones you wear it for some period and then you can just put it away.
Now, is there any other houses that the moon will sit in that will have any other type of effect of other than depression?
Yes, they do. It doesn't have like, sometimes it does, sorry, if it falls on the 12th house. I've seen people tend to spend more money and they can't save, obviously with the combination of other planets. But 99% it affects your health. It could be your throat, it could be depression, it could be your stomach. A lot of people get stomach ache because the moon is in the wrong place, and they'll get constipated or bloated. Always, you hear people have stomach issues. You should see what they could do and what puja they should do, what mantra they should do, what stone they should do to make it the planet stronger so it's helpful to them.
So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will have more discussions with Himali Ji from the Himali Ji Spiritual Center in New York.
Spirituality is the medium which frees our mind of all emotional shackles and temptations and guides us towards enlightenment and peace. Join us on Sankhya Television on the first and third Sunday of every month for Spiritual Journey with Himali Ji of the Himali Spiritual Center located in Richmond Hill, New York. Join us from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. exclusively on Sankhya TV.
Sitaram, and welcome back. We are sitting here with Himali Ji from the Himali Spiritual Center in New York. Can you tell us then about the moon? There are some people that step into a room and they're likable. And then there are some people that step into a room and you have to kind of feel them out. How does that play?
It does. Moon does. When it's sitting in the right place with another strong planet for itself, moon, with this moon, you get this attraction, people do. And it's not a physical of attraction, but you have this something about that person. It could be the most, the darkest person, skin, you'll say, or the lightest person, but they have this attraction about them. And then you'll have this person, yeah, they're very beautiful, but they're not attractive. They're not approachable. So there is a different things. And I have seen guys especially that if their moon is very strong, females get a lot of attraction towards, they get attracted. So usually when I do have a lot of, when I look at a horoscope and people tell me, my son's not getting married, what do? I look at it and say, okay, you know what, we need to do this moon thing. We need to raise his attraction of power so girls will get attracted. I do have one which is really nice. He's a doctor and he's 38, he can't get married. And I told the mother, look, his mood is no good. Women are not attracted to him. And we got him to wear a pearl. We got him to do praise and meditate. And, blessing to Ma. Oh, at the end, remember, astrology will guide us, but the decision maker is Bhagwan, God Himself. And he did find somebody, and he's with somebody right now. So I pray to Ma that it works out, it goes. But it does affect people, that there has to be attraction. That chemistry, that attraction when you meet that person. So it depends on the moon. So if you have a problem, like people are not getting attracted, they said, okay, maybe it's a cream I'm wearing, maybe it's my face is not glowing. And you will see attraction people, they have this glow about them. And it's the moon, how it is, it's strong. So that also helps.
Well, I want to thank you very much for joining us on our set today. And, a lot of information has been given out to you. And if you want to reach out to Himali Ji, you can contact her on her Facebook page. We will provide the address. If you are in New York or planning to visit New York, you can actually visit the Himali Ji Spiritual Center. And you can also touch base with them on their Facebook page. The contact information and the address will be on the screen for you. So I want to thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I wish everyone a very, very happy week.
So So thank you once again for joining us right here on Sankhya Television. My name is Sherry Singh Sitaram.
Spirituality is the medium which frees our mind of all emotional shackles and temptations and guides us towards enlightenment and peace. Join us on Sankhya Television on the first and third Sunday of every month for Spiritual Journey with Himali G of the Himali Spiritual Center located in Richmond Hill, New York. Join us from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. exclusively on Sankhya TV.